Hey guys, Tactical. So, I just got this truck back after not driving it for 2.5 years, not having seen this truck for 2.5 years. So today I just want to kind of go over some of the basic checks that I'm going to do on the vehicle. I said basic. There's some other stuff that I want to do here in the near future. I want to pull the tires off and check the brakes and all that stuff, but this is just oil, hoses, belts, that type of thing. So I've already washed the vehicle because it was pretty dirty. I still need to clean the inside out, but anyway, I'm going to pop the camera off the tripod real quick. I have not popped the hood yet on this vehicle. I've driven it around a little bit. I know the maintenance has been kept up to date and everything, so it runs fine, but I still want to pop the hood and check everything. So I'm going to pop the hood and take the camera off the tripod and kind of show you what I go through just as a basic check. So come back in just a second. Alright guys, so this is the inside of my engine compartment, which is mainly where I'm going to be looking for stuff. So kind of the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of poke my nose around, look. For automotive purposes, like right here, you can kind of see this hose is sitting up against this plastic piece, so I want to check there, make sure that, you know, it's not rubbing, chafing, gonna wear a hole in the hose. You know, checking all of my hoses, making sure my hoses aren't dry rotted or cracking or anything like that. Same thing with the wiring, like all of my wires, making sure all my Canon plugs are plugged in, all that type of thing. You know, this, ooh, that's bad. Yeah, so there's obviously a little bit of this, gonna blank out on what it's called. It's basically the little plastic tubing stuff that your wires go through, and that thing is just crumbling. There's already a little bit of it missing, so that needs to get replaced. Right now it doesn't look like it's much of an issue, but yeah, definitely need to replace that, because I mean, you can just see it's falling apart. So but other than that, you know, wiring looks good. I mean, it looks like there's, yep, that one too, that's just crumbled apart. So all of that definitely needs to get replaced. But other than that, all the wiring and the hoses look good. I'm also going to take a look at the belt. So here, you know, I'm looking for, once again, dry rotting, cracking, both on the outside and the inside. And when I look at the inside of the belt, I want to look at the inside of the belt where it goes around a pulley this way, so that if there's any cracking or anything, the belt is kind of stretched out and I'll be able to see the dry rot and the cracking. So I want to look like on this pulley here where it runs, the inside runs on the outside of the pulley. So looking for that. I'm looking, this is my overflow for my coolant for the radiator, and it's a little bit low. Could stand to add a little bit, but it's all right. So looking for that type of stuff. The next thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna put the camera back on the tripod, but I'm gonna check my oil, and then I'm gonna start the vehicle up, and I'm gonna check my transmission fluid. Now, with checking the oil, especially for a gas engine, you want to do it when it's cold and it's been sitting for a little while, so everything's settled to the bottom. That way you get an accurate reading. So I'm going to set actually, show you one other thing. My lug nuts. I'm going to spot check my lug nuts at some point in time, either today or tomorrow. I know the last time these tires came off was when the tires got replaced. So I know that the torque's probably good on those, but I'm going to check it regardless. But I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod real quick and show you the oil and the transmission fluid and what I look for with that. Alright, so whenever I check the oil, I'm always going to pull it, light the dipstick, and put it back in. And that's just to make sure that, like, if the vehicle was run and there was some oil that was kind of up the dipstick a little bit, you know, I'm still going to get an accurate reading. And then this is also kind of one of those situations where it's like, if you've ever poured water on concrete, it doesn't just like immediately disperse, it kind of slowly runs out. Oil getting back onto your dipstick can kind of be the same thing, so I usually like to wait like a 10 count or something like that before I pull the dipstick again. So my oil level is good. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Oil level's about right there, so it's right at the top. And this oil is actually really clean. So hopefully you might be able to kind of halfway, if I can get the camera to focus, see that it's not black. It doesn't smell burnt. Like, I mean, this is definitely pretty fresh oil. Even if I was contemplating on doing an oil change, I ain't doing an oil change after seeing that. That oil's definitely clean. So your transmission fluid, you always want to check when the engine's running. So I'm going to go on and start the vehicle up real quick. And same thing, I'm going to pull the dipstick, wipe it down, stick it back in. Alright, so my level on my dipstick right here is about right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a mark on here for cold and for hot. So with the engine being cold, it's pretty much right where I want it to be. Same thing, I mean, looks clean, smells clean, I don't see anything, so no reason to be concerned there. So I'm going to move the camera back around and come back in just a second. Alright guys, so that's just kind of the quick down and dirty of the basic stuff that I look for whenever I'm first getting my hands back on a vehicle. Obviously, like I said towards the beginning, at some point in time I'm going to check my brakes. I'm going to pull the spark plugs, check those. Those probably need to get replaced anyway. So I might just go on and do that, I'm not sure yet. But I'll at least pull them and check them. And then, you know, other than that, I mean, that's kind of the big stuff. I'll probably change my, because this thing has something like 163,000 miles on it. So I'll probably go on and change the transfer case and the differential oil, all that type of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not complicated. It doesn't take much to do this. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to like look in there and be like, oh, well, you know, the cabling for that wire's kind of crumbling, so that might need to get replaced, or, you know, pull the dipstick on your oil and there's nothing there, you know, it's obviously a bad sign. So anyway, till next time guys, bye.